Star 25 called her mother frantic and in a paranoid state, telling her that she feared she was being followed and her phone was being tapped. Shortly after midnight, Star would be found in a restricted area at an airport, claiming she was searching for her sister, who she said ran onto the tarmac. Officers, believing she was hallucinating, took her to a hotel and dropped her off around 1:30 a.m. That was the last known sighting of Star, but a few days later, her car would be found, and what investigators found inside gave them a picture of Star's mental state at the time she disappeared. But it didn't bring them any closer to finding her, and her case remains unsolved. Star lived in Tucson, Arizona with her family until 1999, when she relocated to Reno, Nevada to live with her grandmother and was employed as a clerk at a pawn shop. Around this time is when Star began using heavier drugs. According to some of her friends, her job at the local pawn shop was no longer supporting her, and they believe she may have turned to sex work as a means of covering her cost of her addiction. On April 26, 2000, in the early morning hours, Star was found wandering in a restricted area in the Reno, Nevada airport. An airport police officer found her hiding behind a truck, and she told the officer she was trying to find her younger sister, who was running loose on the tarmac. This officer was pretty sure that Star's story wasn't true, but didn't believe that she had any criminal reason to be on the runway, so they arranged for her to be dropped off at a nearby Reno Hilton Hotel. Star was dropped off at the front entrance around 1:30 a.m. and she was last seen by the valet parking area, but she never checked into the hotel. The previous day, Star had called her mother in a frantic, paranoid conversation, telling her that she believed she was being followed and that her phone was being tapped. Star also told her mother she was thinking about moving back to Arizona soon and wanted to make a new life for herself. Star's vehicle would be discovered on April 27th, the day after being dropped off at the hotel, illegally parked, abandoned at the airport. Most of her personal belongings were found inside the car, along with her cell phone and a purse that contained $600 in cash. There was also a drawing of a woman who matched Star's description, and this female was depicted as bound and gagged. There were also 2 books specializing in changing identities. They would also come across 3 emails addressed to the White House from Star, stating that she believed that she was being followed by the federal government, who was attempting to murder her. Star's parents began a massive search effort for their daughter once they were informed that she was missing, and her picture was posted throughout the state of Nevada. Detective Jenkins in Nevada spoke to a casino owner, Linda Fields, who would claim that she had seen Star in the casino in December of 2000, months after she disappeared. She told the detective that a young woman who had matched Star's description had came into her bar one night looking terrified and alone. And the young woman told her name was Star, and that she was being chased and was trying to escape somebody. Linda said Star suddenly became extremely upset when she saw a man looking at her through the bar window. Star quickly left with another young woman, and since then there have been no additional sightings of Star. However, authorities have not been able to confirm whether this unidentified woman was actually Star at the bar. Foul play is officially suspected in Star's case, and her case remains unsolved. There is not a lot of media in the investigation into Star's case, and there's not a lot of media coverage in her case as well. When Star was last seen, she was 25, 5'4", and around 115 pounds, and she was seen wearing a black leather jacket, a tank top, jeans, and boots. She is described as a Caucasian female with brown hair and brown eyes and a birthmark on the right side of her neck, and her ears are triple pierced. Investigators are asking that if you have any information regarding Star's disappearance, that you contact the Reno Police Department at 775-334-2155. Thank you so much for taking the time to get to know Star today, and please continue to share her face and case. And don't forget, when you see those missing and murdered posts on social media, hit like and share, because every time we share a face, we do get closer to solving a case. And I will see you all back here tomorrow for another day in Nevada.